Have you ever wondered how the dodo bird was erased forever and suffered the most tragic extinctions in history? What caused this? It all started about 8 million years ago when a group of ancient pigeons were blown off course by a storm, accidentally discovering an island called Mauritius with no predators and infinite food and fruit. In over thousands of generations, these pigeons lived in paradise, causing their bodies to change. Without a need to fly, their wings grew tiny and bodies grew heavier, and with no danger, their brains forgot how to feel fear, eventually forming the dodo bird. But one day, this paradise was about to meet something horrifying. A group of European sailors discovered Mauritius, walking onto the island, being met with these curious and kind birds that walked straight up to them, which made the dodo a perfect food source. After this discovery, many starving trade route sailors would constantly come back to this island, harvesting fruit, chopping down trees, and hunting dodo birds. But worst of all, these ships carried rats, pigs, and dogs, which often fled to the island, eating their eggs, hoarding all of their food, and taking out living dodos with zero survival instincts, leading the population to drop severely over the next few years. And before the sailors even realized the damage they've done, in 1662, the dodo bird was spotted one last time, going entirely extinct for being too curious and friendly.
Dodos went How did the dodo bird suffer the most depressing extinction in history and have humans ruin their lives in less than 100 years? It all started about 4 million years ago when early pigeons discovered an island without any enemies. And with tons of food in the forest, they slowly grew into birds that lost their need to fly and even forgot about predators wanting to chase them down. But when human explorers first arrived in the 1600s, the dodos were curious enough to let the humans come onto the island, where they were met with dogs tearing them apart. But it didn't stop there, as once humans knew the dodos couldn't fight back, they brought pigs and rats from their ship, where they would attack their nests and eat their eggs, wiping out their species in only a matter of decades. How did the
dodo bird suffered one of the most tragic extinctions in history, with humans destroying their lives in less than 100 years. It all started about 4 million years ago, when early pigeons discovered an island free of predators. With abundant food in the forest, they gradually evolved into birds that lost the ability to fly and even forgot about the concept of predator. However, when human explorers first arrived in the 1600s, the dodos, curious by nature, allowed the humans to approach. Unfortunately, they were met with dogs that tore them apart, but it didn't stop there. Once humans realized that the dodos couldn't defend themselves, they brought pigs and rats from their ship. These animals attacked the dodos' nests and ate their eggs, wiping out the species in just a few decades.
The dodo is like a fat chicken that looks a bit too much like a dinosaur. And just like the dinosaurs, it went extinct. But how? Well, the bird was solely found on a small island next to Madagascar, which just happened to be where the Dutch felt like settling up a settlement. Now, being a Dutchman myself, I know all about the protein gains, so when we saw that oversized chicken, we couldn't help but eat it. It also didn't help that we introduced pigs and monkeys to the island, which ate all the food before the dodo could. But that's just a skill issue. In 1662, when we noticed the final 2 dodos, we did what was truly responsible as esteemed gym bros and ate them as well. Dodo